Hello, you divine, infinite human beings. You are all that is, ever has been, and ever shall be. You are divine, infinite love, divine, infinite source. Hi. Love you guys. I'm coming to you from my special place here in Italy, where I do my daily walks and share my information, since this is the only way I have to do it. And I have done several videos today. One I did in the ghost town of where I live in Italy. And I really want to take some time to talk to you about concrete, hard facts, all right? I live here in Italy. I moved down here because I felt sick in Florence. I had headaches, nausea, and diarrhea. I walked around and I saw people installing cables in the potholes, and I asked them what they were doing, and no one would tell me. But one person said, I said, is it 5G millimeter microwave technology, basically in Italiano, 5G. And he said yes. I decided to get out of Florence. Not only because of this, but also in Florence, it's all a stone city. And I spent my whole day walking a half an hour outside of the city walls, the medieval walls, to go into a dog park with Kiki to be with nature. And that was what was so healing for me. I was guided, and I had no idea how I would do it, to move here to Sicily. And thank God, thank Peter, my twin soul, who's no longer here. I know, and there was a story about me in the local magazine about how I was guided to Sicily. That's another story. And thank God I have a villa just as a natural refuge, you know, and by the sea, and I have a villa up there that is surrounded by a wall and olive trees all around me. And basically, even when I was in Florence, I spent most of my time with trees, and I found them so healing. And I was having a lot of physical problems. I have learned firsthand for myself, and all I can say is tell you my story, and you take it from there, because you have to determine what your story is and what you need to do for you. No one can tell you. I'm sharing because some of it may resonate, but I have been through the whole gamut. I've eaten regular food, and I found out I had to eat, you know, high vibe, organic food, and, you know, stay away from dairy and meats, because it was affecting me, my vibration and my health. I was feeling ill. I also have taken pharmaceutical, psychotropic drugs, and I had to get off of those. They were killing me. They were poisoning my liver. Even the doctors who prescribed them were saying you have to get off of them. And I was legally declared disabled. I got off of that. I have put in a very strict regimen to help me to maintain a high vibration. This is my story. Am I a Christ-like being in a radiant body, you know, all the time? No. Am I there a lot? Am I on the fifth dimensional earth? Am I in a peaceful, one loving with God state? A lot, most of the time. And a lot of it has been because I do these things, because I surround myself with nature, because I eat high vibrational foods, because I ground myself, because I have a positive mental diet, you know, mentally, spiritually. I meditate, I connect to the higher frequencies, to my higher off-planet soul tribe. I'm of service, you know, I do all these things. Physically, I watch what I eat, I purify myself with water, detox myself constantly, and I also run clearings through my body constantly to detox myself from these negative frequencies, this toxic planet the planet is not toxic, but there is a war going on, and it is dumping toxins. And if you don't believe that, look at cancer. Cancer's become more of an epidemic than this pandemania. Everyone I know has had a bout with cancer, even me. Small, but enough to go, wow, what's going on here? So, yes, I've heard people say, and yes, I believe we can overcome this. We can raise our vibration, be in our light bodies, and nothing can touch us, whether it's a virus, whether it's these microwaves, whether it's chemtrails, whether it's GMOs in our food. But hey, an ounce of prevention, right? Now, while everyone is running around just in town wearing masks, washing their hands obsessively like Lady Macbeth, and avoiding people, knowledge is power, and a lot of people don't want to look at what's really happening. So I will say that's what's happening here in Italy firsthand. I don't wear a mask, but everyone else does. And everyone has to go in, maintain social distancing, blah, blah, blah. The rules. Most of you know them. And they're confined to their homes. What they haven't seen, which is very important, is here in Sicily, which is impossible. If you look over there, those are telephone poles that have been there forever, and on top are glass jars. If you're from America, those things are like antiques. The technology here is really backwards. When I moved here, I was lucky to even have internet. If the wind blows, you don't have it, okay? Which was a good thing, because I came here to get away from it. I saw on my weekly trip that I do for a healing session in nature, I saw over 20 of these huge towers. Someone called them moon towers. I know what they are because I've been researching this. They're 5G towers. They're huge metallic towers with, many different things coming out of them. And I also noticed in the city, attached to many of these lampposts are little signal apparatuses. Something new has happened basically overnight, within a week's time. And even any Sicilian knows this is like impossible. Sicilians aren't that efficient. I also know, I heard that American military arrived in Palermo, and someone said they saw them coming, so I know that's true. Someone said, how could that happen in Sicily? I also know, I have felt, and I've said this several times, when this whole virus thing started, the beginning of March, terrible headache for a month in my head. I had infections that resurfaced in my gums. I felt really tired. I slept all day. I slept at night for about 2 weeks, and I had diarrhea and some nausea. Noted that. Wow, something new I have to deal with. And sometimes I know there are ascension symptoms, but I'm used to them. And I know I need to rest, I need to ground myself, I need to drink more water. I know things to do. But this is something new that we're all on ascension path. All of us that want to maintain our physical body, we want to maintain our health. We want to help our children, our grandparents, our parents. We need to be aware of how to deal with this. And the narrative of washing your hands and wearing a mask is diverting your energy from the real cause and the real way to be smart, to be safe, to be wise. Yes, staying home probably is a good thing, and not being connected to the internet all the time, because I do feel bad. When I did this run and I went through 20 towers, I came home and I felt bad. I tried at first, I didn't know what was going on, so I tried many different things, natural ways of garlic, lemon, honey, apple cider vinegar, all the natural things I have in my medicine chest. I even went to antibiotics, which I don't like to do, and ibuprofen, which you're not supposed to take, blah, blah, but I didn't have, so which tells you right there's something about traditional medicine, okay, that it keys into this. I can't post anything about these pictures I have of 5G on Facebook, on the internet. I can't even talk about it because people get very upset when they hear it. Red flag, okay? Pay attention. So, going through deductive reasoning, what's really going on here? And I believe, don't believe me, but I'm coming to the conclusion, and I've read in different sources, that this is a frequency virus. I've heard people say it's transmitted etherically. I believe that. Not as a germ. It's not an organic virus. It is a frequency that has been put into all of us, I think. And it works together. It is activated. It is augmented by these radio signals that enact in our body. And if you notice here in Italy, there's been very few deaths, thank God. But the ones who have died have had, they're saying, immunologically unstable, compromised systems, which is true because they've been feeding us, polluting our environment, feeding us toxic water, toxic food, toxic air for so long. It's really hard. You have to be so careful to keep your vibration high. And it's just another discipline you're going to have to do. For those of us, thank God, there's many who get up and, I do yoga, I meditate, I drink distilled water to take the metals and nanobots out of my system. I do all kinds of things. Do your own research and what resonates, because you are powerful. You can overcome this, but I wouldn't just sit in a blissful state and say, you can, if it works for you. If it works for you, great. I'm not going to ever, infinite human, you are an infinite human. You have the power. Some of you just need to meditate and be in a blissful state, and everything will take care of itself. Some of you, especially when I'm pretty much not in the world, but even the other day here in Sicily, I thought it was so remote. The towers are there, and when I went through them, I felt it, so I had to detox it. I also did a 5G clearing. I got it from Lisa Renee, and I'm going to try to translate it into Italian and do a version of it. But it goes through your system using your focused thoughts to clear away harmful rays and to ask for help from your divine infinite source and God to clear these harmful frequencies out of your system, out of your brain, out of your mind. And after I did that, that was the only thing that made me feel better. That's my own personal story. Not the natural stuff, not the allopathic stuff, but the clearing. And I've been doing that daily, and it's really helped me to feel better because I was feeling really bad. So I'm saying this is an alternative health, because we have to up, I think, our health, natural health care beyond just herbs and organic stuff. We're going to have to actually really direct our thoughts to talk to ourselves, to love ourselves, to love our bodies, to love, transmute away these harmful frequencies, and we can do it. And also, I'm waiting for cell salts I wanted to get. A lot of these alternative things we've been relying on are not going to necessarily be available, so we're going to have to really up our power. And this is a good thing, because it's requiring us to really own the power, the God-given, God source, infinite divine source within us, to use it and to exercise our mental incredible power, capacity to not be programmed, to not be diverted by pseudo solutions to this death, as we watch people around us getting sick and dying, but to steer in on what's really going on and find a solution. There is always a solution to the problem, but it's not, I'll say, hardly ever the solution that is put forth. Problem, solution, reaction. Hence, deadly virus vaccination. That's the traditional medical model that is going to, believe me, it's going to come out. They're just waiting for enough of us to be desperate enough to seize it. So, I don't believe anything I say, but I really, to the masses and to whatever vibration you're at, discern, look, and love yourself. Love is so powerful. I just already did some videos about this, the love. But also be intelligent about how you are using your energy and you're keeping yourself safe. Are you buying into what the narrative says, or are you doing your research and finding something that really works for you? And if the narrative works, fine, use it. Whatever works for you, because you want to have a high vibration, you want to be vibrantly healthy, and you want to be radiating at a Christ of light, cosmic Christ level. Love you guys. Ciao for now.